See if this thing is going live right here.
Oh, it's live. It's live. We are live. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Tyler. Welcome to another episode of Drawn Talk. Today we have a freaking awesome episode that we're doing right now. But I just want to give you guys some quick updates about what's going on. Today I shipped out all the books for Demons. I was in the mail room. I freaking labeled everything myself, and I made sure everything was going to go great. And so they should be shipping tomorrow. I don't have a way to send the commissions yet. I've got about 5 or 6 commissions that I've done. I'm trying to figure out the best way to send those so the art doesn't get destroyed, but you'll get that too. Also, guys, stick around for tomorrow's episode. I'm trying a new thing. It's a new type of video. If that video does well, I might start a whole new channel called Comedy Comic Book Reviews. And if you guys like that video tomorrow, let me know in the comments. And then on Thursday, we have our creator hangout, and it's going to be funny because we're drawing some obscure character, and Justin's probably going to have to be the one leading that. And then finally on Friday, we'll have a video about the 3 things I learned doing my first Kickstarter. But today, guys, we are here in the now. Let's talk about comics. We have an awesome guest on today. He's been on the show before in our creator hangouts. He's been in the chats. But now today we are having him on the show talking about his book, Kawa. This is Peter Ahola from Green Raptor Studios.
Peter, how you doing?
Huh?
Did you just call me a Mrs.?
No.
I thought I heard Mrs.
Oh, no. But Peter, thanks for being on the show, dude.
Thanks for having me. I am Peter Ahola of Green Raptor Studios, here with Slicer, the original Green Raptor, and of course Little Joey. They're sort of my go-to mascots for the studio, even though they've sort of been in my life long before Green Raptor started.
No, that's awesome. And that's all. And everyone, thanks. Everyone who's watching, say hello in the chat so we know what's up. We got some Okie dude going. What's up, Poppy? What's up, Britton? How you doing? We got Pete Marquez saying, hey there, dirty kitchen, Tyler. Yeah, I got a dirty kitchen. My wife's been out of town for a week, and let's just say things are going really bad. And so after this show, I'm going to be deep cleaning the house before she comes back tomorrow.
Yeah, I've noticed you've been doing a lot of these episodes in the dark like this, and why are you doing them in pure darkness?
I kind of I like not having my kitchen, and then I kind of like just having the ambience of the black. I don't know, but I'd rather not. I actually checked out a 2-bedroom apartment today for me and my wife, and if we get it, that second bedroom is dedicated to yours truly. Me and my wife already agreed on that. And so, guys, fingers crossed I get this 2-bedroom apartment because I really would like my own studio. But, we got Mighty Geek Studio. What's new, Tyler? Nothing much, man. James Henson. Hello, James. I've never seen you on the chat, but thanks for being on. Hope you stick around. This is an awesome community that we're building. We got Coffee here. Coffee, what up? All right, guys. So before we talk about our topic, passion versus business, when we're making comics, I first want to give Peter a chance to talk about his webcomic Kawa, or Kawa. Can you just tell me how to say it right?
Actually, it's Finnish, so it's actually pronounced Kawa.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah, I was seriously curious myself as to what it was pronounced, but I do tend to Americanize everything, so I'm just going to call it Kawa. If anybody wants to attack me, I'm the finished to say.
But is your webcomic though done of Kawa?
Is it done?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you said it was Oh, you said it's Finnish, like
Finnish.
Finland.
Yes.
From Finland.
Right, it's Finnish. It's not.
Gotcha.
Okay. Not anywhere near finished.
All right. Yeah, everyone, in the description down below, there's a link so that you guys can read Kawa, and Peter's got a shoes ton of episodes for you to read. I think he's got 84 episodes right now. It's all free.
Just a bonus advertisement out there. I just updated it last night, so there's also a link to our newest comic, Amber, World's Greatest Myrrh Thief. We just uploaded page 4 yesterday. It went on hiatus briefly while I was doing the move, but now that I'm back, I'm more serious on updating that. So that's running in combination with Kawa.
So tell us what Kawa is about.
Okay, so Kawa is about a girl who is of Finnish descent, but she was raised in New York. She moved there when she was really young, She was raised there, and now she's moved back to Finland. And her mom has started a dress shop. So basically, we kind of established that she was in New York as a kid when her dad was doing work there. And now she's moved to Finland. And she finds herself mercilessly bored with Finland because she was in New York, and New York has all kinds of great attractions, and she loved it. And now she's moved to a new place, and she's pretty bored with it. And then the story starts with her finding a time-traveling phone, which was dropped by a sinister organization, which is briefly glimpsed in the first chapter. So throughout the story, she uses that phone to go to different eras, and each era is its own individual story arc.
So, Peter, how long have you been working on this book?
Well, you know, its history dates really back. So in terms of real time, we started the current version of it 4 years ago, and I've been working on it ever since. I think it was at the beginning of 2014, because I had just done the first couple pages before graduating college. And then after I graduated, it started going. For anyone who wants to know the backstory here, Kawa was originally created in high school. I was going through a comic phase, and I was making all kinds of stories. I think a number of them I probably jumped on before they were really fully polished. And Kawa was actually the 4th story I came up with. And back then, it was a time-traveling watch before we made it into a cell phone. And I was working on it, and it became my favorite because it was the first time I did a female as a protagonist. And I went through high school. I got into animation through college, and then comics I sort of got away from. And then years later, I kind of had the idea, you know, how about we start up Kawa again? How about we bring out this old idea from the past after I discovered some old sketches? And I wanted to get it going, so I contacted my friend Ryan, who's also my co-writer, and we started up the current version, and we officially launched it in 2014, and we're still continuing it now.
Dang, so we're like 4 years, almost 5 years in on this project. So everyone, in the link, in the description, there's a link for Kawa. I said to the webtoons, and guys, there is 84 episodes. This is 4 years worth of content that you can freaking binge.
Which one are you looking at? Webtoons. Okay, Webtoons we do update, but you'll get the first-hand stuff on Smack Jeeves. Webtoons is always behind Smack Jeeves. Smack Jeeves is updated every week. And actually, pertaining to what I had said earlier, I thought he was giving you all the link to Smack Jeeves. Smack Jeeves is the one that has the link to Amber.
Okay, I actually just put the link. I just updated that link, so it's in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. Well, this is a perfect segue into our topic today, guys. Where when you're making comics, ultimately you have to have passion for said comics. If you don't have passion for either your art or your writing, this isn't necessarily a profession where you're just going to get rich real quick. This is a lot of hard freaking grinding. I mean, creators, let me know in the chat. Tell me about the grind that you're going through.
And that's really kind of what I wanted to talk about here. I'm not trying to whine to anybody. I'm not trying to kind of get sob stories here. I'm not trying to get any of that stuff. But I'm going to say that probably me, of all people, have probably, endured what Tyler just said the most. I mean, we've worked on it for 4 years. We've pretty much just got like 35 fans on Smack Jeeves, though we do keep a steady readership. And we get no comments. And Webtoons has been slow. Everything I have done is slow. And several years ago, I was pretty much in torment. And I really just sort of beat myself up. But I just said to myself, you know what? I really love this story. I really love doing this. And I work this thing like it's a regular job. I mean, I'm up late at night. I've practically learned to live off of 5 hours of sleep. I stay up late and just work to get this thing done. Even when I've got work in the morning, even when I've got something going on, because I love it. There's a lot of story to tell, and I have put up with it for 4 years. And, you know, as a little note now we're getting into the Whitechapel arc, which was a long time arc planned way back in the beginning. And it was like the arc I was most excited about because it's sort of using my knowledge of horror movies.
My big question though, so this is what I'm going to get down to. This is going to be a really nitty gritty, you know, conversation. I really want to like discuss this. So I guess before you know, and everyone who's asking questions in the chat, we will answer them. But I want to get this out. So with your webcomic, with Calwa, obviously this is a passion project. You know, you're not getting paid to do this. You know, like you said, you are on the grind by yourself. You're living off of 5 hours sleep. I'm with you, dude, on that. Here's the question. What is your ultimate end goal with Calwa? What is the end goal of said series?
To be perfectly honest, I don't know. I mean, I just have done it for so long. I just love doing it.
Like, are you wanting to make money off of this book?
Ultimately, yes. I mean, I'd like to make money, but as time has gone on, I think I really just do this because I love this story. I want to tell this story, and that's pretty much the drive. I mean, I guess really, as I've discovered myself, marketing and money is sort of the secondary thing. And yes, I would like to make money. I would like to get this thing printed. I would like to go to conventions and start selling it. But in the hindsight run, I'm just happy to do this. I'm just happy to be working on this story, and I want to tell this story, and I want to let the world see it. And that's kind of my big thing.
Well, I like that you know, at least that you say, at least you like understand that, you know, that you said, you know, the money and the marketing is the kind of the second priority, because if it was your first priority, I'd probably be like, how come you just haven't like quit this story and started a new story? I mean, you've been working on the...
Because I love this character and I love the direction we've been going. And, you know, it really wasn't until the second chapter I kind of opened my eyes and I said, you know what, with this time travel story, we can do anything. We can do Japan. We can do Whitechapel. I mean, you could touch every genre, every category, and you could just let your creativity soar. And I just have a burning passion for this character in this comic, and that's kind of what drives me.
So what are you doing to promote it, I guess?
Honestly, that's the part where I'm a little weak, because I've tried looking up on promotions, and I tried doing Facebook, and I tried doing Twitter, and you've got me on this one. I'm probably doing all the wrong things with promotion. I'd like to maybe try to move beyond the internet and go with business cards and everything.
Well, I guess, you know, conventions are always a cool thing, but you would definitely need...
They're expensive.
They are expensive, but if you have a good product, you know, every con I've been to, I've made my money back. You know, if you have a good product and if you're doing something, you should be able to make money. But that's the thing, though. Making comics, you know, on the passion side is fun, and you can do that for free. Any one of us can do that for free for days, I guess. But if we want readers, if I feel like if you want audience, and you know, let me know if you disagree. People in the chat, let me know if you disagree. But if you want viewers, I feel like the moment you say you want people to read your book, I feel like that's when business needs to kind of take over. So, you know, and with business, you know, comes money, and I guess comes, you know, sacrifices, you know, spending $400 on a freaking table, which one is ridiculous. Comic Con, stop doing that. Make it a little cheaper for us. But you know, I feel like those are if to want viewers and to want an audience is to mean that you are taking away the passion out of this and are needing to look at it on a business side. I don't know. What do you think?
You know, again, and what I'm saying here is I'm trying to get out of my thoughts here.
You're good.
Yeah. I think really you're right. I do need to look at this from a business point of view, and I do want to make some money, get viewers, get people to read it. But I do say without lie that in the end of it all, I just like working on this. I've always done my passion over business. And I know that's not always the smart decision, but that is how I've done it. Now, I'm looking into possible marketing strategies, like how to market this, how to make some money. But when I really just search my feelings and everything, all of this dies down to passion and a wanting to get it out there. And the business side is something that's still relatively new. And I'm not going to lie. I mean, this is the first time I've ever done any of this stuff that was really serious. This is the first time I've actually seriously said, okay, we want to make this a product that we can sell. So this whole thing, I'm just like you. This whole thing is my journey, my experience, my learning.
Well, I guess actually, let me go into the comments real quick. Coffee says, passion can be business too. Talk about your book, share the passion for it. That will spill into your followers, makes them want to read it. A big thing though is, you need followers to talk to
precisely
about your book. Well, okay. So like one thing I want to talk about is, I guess your Kahola's a webcomic, and Webtoons is such a powerful tool. I feel like Webtoons is getting close to be the Netflix of comics, because there are so many people out there who are looking for webcomics. I mean, I say this a million times. I'm gonna do it again. I got that girl who lives around here. She did her first comic. It was a web comic. She threw it on Webtoon. She has 10,000 subscribers. She has 1,500 people reading every single episode. She's only done it for like 11 weeks. Her first episode, just 1,500 people liked it, and then she got 10,000 subscribers. My big thing is though, I guess when it comes to marketing, to promoting your book, there's a saying in the marketing world currently, is that everyone at all points everyone needs to learn how to adapt, and those who don't adapt will die. I mean, you look at Toys R Us. They were doing a really bad online, and then they sold their crap to Amazon, and then they shut down. Their businesses are dying right now because they're not willing to adapt. The big thing with webcomics is that people want consistency, and they want to see that you can put in a crap ton of content each episode. And with Kahula, I mean, you have 4 years worth of content. I wonder, Webtoons has that special format that they want it panel by panel. I maybe wonder, how come you don't maybe take the time to restructure your comic like how every other Webtoons is? Because I think it could be successful if you did it like that.
Well, because a number of the pages that I put up are formatted to work on a single page. And the other thing is, because I'm getting pages with Smack Jeeves and Webtoons up so close to each other. And the other thing about Webtoons is basically each night, I mean, we're going to do it tonight on Tuesday, I'm basically pulling the comic down to get placed up on Webtoons. It just pulls off of Smack Jeeves, uploads on Webtoons. And I'm also working on Tuesday nights just to get the next page up on Smack Jeeves. And by the time I finish that, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock, and I do not have time to go through and snip up the panels. And I know maybe we could have a better success on there, but I seriously don't have the time.
What if you got rid of the Smack Jeeves?
Well, the problem with that is I really, really like Smack Jeeves' format. I actually do like the format of Smack Jeeves more than Webtoons. And the other thing is I spent months basically hacking Smack Jeeves and making it into a full-on website. And all of that stuff you see on Smack Jeeves, the sidebars, that was all stuff I personally added.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to train myself to adapt it to Smack Jeeves. And I see the response here. What benefits does Smack Jeeves offer? And, you know, the truth is Smack Jeeves does seem like a pretty hard place to score an audience.
Well, because there's no audience there anymore. They all moved to Webtoons.
That's indeed a possibility. But I really, really like Smack Jeeves' format. So if for nothing else, you know, I would use Smack Jeeves for a format. What I actually would like to do, but I need to buy a plan for this at some point, I actually would just prefer to get Kawa and all the Green Raptor stuff their own website, because, you know, I've been told this many times that anybody can go and put a website, can go post comics on a website. If you really want to be serious about this, you need your own website. And I've even seen some people, there's one comic, what's it called? Love Metal, I think it is. Love Metal. Oh, she posts on a website, and she posts on Webtoons too, and Smack Jeeves. And actually, in response, I've also seen her on Webtoons. She doesn't do that special format you keep mentioning, and she's doing just fine.
Who is it?
Let's see.
What's the comic?
I'm going to step out just for a moment. I actually do have one of her books here.
Okay, yeah, I'd love to like see it.
Right here, right here, right here.
What's it called?
Okay, it's called Love Metal. This is actually a copy I found she was selling at AwesomeCon. And on Webtoons, she's got it formatted in these panels too. I've seen her on there.
What's her name, like in real life?
Oh gosh.
Does it say it on the book, or does it just say H Love? H Voice.
Let's see. Jessica Howard, aka H Voice. And I just saw this one note right here. She turned hers into a print book too. Her Webtoons followers buy her books. Thank you.
So
Thank you, you are very well rehearsed.
A big thing a big thing though with Jessica Howard though, and I'm just like, you know, I've never heard of her until now, but I'm looking at her, you know, now, is that she has a following.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that, you know, it gets to a point where if you have a following, you don't have to follow the rules, I guess. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying. Now, the big question I have for a lot of people is, how do you get that following? That's always been the big question for me.
Well, you know, she probably, I'm just guessing this, but you know, she probably was working the system, you know, back when Webtoons wasn't really a thing. And so then when Webtoons is a thing and then she comes on it, her followers already don't expect her to conform. Whereas people like you and me, we don't have an audience like hers who are just like, we're there to find people, which means we need to like beg. We need to do everything in our power to get them to conform to us. And by that is we have to play by the rules of the system. And for Webtoons, you know, if you want to be successful on Webtoons, you got to follow their format. I mean, that's what I see.
I see.
Because I mean, it goes back to I for example, I quit my job today. I quit my job. My bosses are complaining. Were complaining to me so much. They're asking, Tyler, you're in charge of social media. How come we don't have enough social media followers? And I tell them it's because you're not letting me play the game right now. Though the game is basketball. You're making me play baseball. Baseball might have been in when this company started, but right now baseball's not in. Right, currently it's basketball, and you're not letting me play basketball. Right now, with webcomics, my webcomic on Webtoons, it gained a lot of traction at first, but then I stopped playing the rules of webcomics, and my webcomic failed, and I stopped doing it. I stopped doing my webcomic because it failed. And the reason why is because I wasn't playing by the right rules of it. That's what I believe anyway. I'm no expert, by the way, on any of this stuff. My job is social media marketing. So that's all I'm doing every single day is I'm trying to market people's crap for their businesses and stuff. That's what my new job is same thing, social media marketing, but I'm doing it for a better company.
No, I hear you. And, it's like I've been saying over and over, I'm in the same boat as you. I mean, I'm kind of the little boy who wandered away from his village and is now going up the creek. So everything, and to be perfectly honest, Tyler, pretty much a majority of everything that I've learned here has been coming from you. I mean, you were sort of the big happy accident. I sort of just.
I'm gonna lead you astray. Watch.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of was just on Facebook wandering around for webcomic groups and everything, and then you came along with that note about let's review your webcomic, subscribe to YouTube, and then from that we just got a chain reaction, and of all these creators and all of everyone, and that's sort of where it all began. So I'm in the same boat. I'm learning all of this myself.
I'm going back to my webcomic actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at it, and I started. I have almost 500 subscribers, and just the views were doing great while I was following the webcomic format, and then they just dropped like it was hot. It dropped on Webtoons because my story wasn't as engaging. The thing with webcomics is they have to be engaging, and mine was a very slow comic, and it's because in my mind, my comic wasn't made to be a webcomic. It was made to be a graphic novel.
Right, and that's sort of along where I am, which is why I kind of think maybe for my own sake, get off the internet and start selling books in print format. That's probably more where it's meant for.
Think about, how many volumes? Okay, so if this right here, this is Demons Volume 1. This is a 122 page graphic novel. Mm-hmm. How many volumes do you think you could do of Calwa if you were to stop right now today?
Well, my initial thought was to try to do probably 5 chapters per volume.
How many pages are each chapter?
They're usually 26. The first issue is 39.
Okay.
Now, actually, I was looking on Kablam, and we were like 1 page over the limit, and I sort of said, I could probably cut out this 1 page right here and
or just add like an about page or like a behind the scenes page.
Something like that. The big issue I have is time, because I'm working a regular job. I'm also constantly making new pages, and I discovered I can't do all of this. I can't make because if I did try to go back and format them, I would probably be putting my comic on hiatus.
Okay, so maybe this is what you do.
And then
well, maybe that's what if maybe you decide, Calwa is not for the internet. It is for print. Mm-hmm. And so maybe what you do is you don't update it. You tell your followers, hey, you do a Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
You say, hey guys, first freaking 5 chapters of Calwa right here printed. They know that the book is 100% done because they've seen it. You know that you can 100% that you can provide them with a book. And then you print this book because it's formatted, for a print comic. Calwa's for a print comic. Get it printed, have a small goal. My goal was only $1,000. Have a small goal, freaking, I don't know, start a YouTube channel, start marketing yourself on social media, take the time away, use that time that you would be making Calwa and instead use that in marketing yourself on social media. Start getting a following, post, clip snippets of Calwa and be like, hey guys, this is my comic, talk about it. People will be like, oh, like what's going on? Yeah, it's my comic. There's gonna be a freaking Kickstarter next month. Hope you join on, and then you do that Kickstarter, have a small enough goal of $1,000. Be like, hey guys, I'm Peter. This is my book. Boom, it's already finished because I freaking finished it like forever ago. And then, let's say you only get 60 back. Let's say you get 60 backers. No, that's such a hard number. 50 backers. Let's say you get 50 backers. Okay. Now you just made money off your book. And then if it's good, hopefully that following will follow you to the next book. Plus you'll have grown from that 50 to maybe 70. And then you just keep doing it. And then while you're pumping out these books, you can slowly get ready. You can slowly start working on like the other chapters. One thing though with this plan is you might want to start thinking about ending Calwa at some point because ongoing indie series are pretty hard. But that's just something that you can maybe think about is kickstarting Calwa as a graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
And then start making money off of it.
Okay.
I don't know what you. Yeah, that's my thing because I know a lot of webcomics do that. They go, hey guys, we're taking a month off because we're taking a month or two off because we're doing the Kickstarter for and then they get and then they kickstart their book. And everyone's okay with that in the webcomic community because they know, oh, this takes time to do that. But I really think and that's just the business. That's just me thinking of the business side because, I made Demon. I made this book I made the first 5 issues by myself with Travis Martinez, everyone. He's freaking rocks. But I wrote the book and Travis was doing the art and then I was coloring it on the side and making this book for 7 months. No one knew anything I was doing. And that was the passion of it. But then I was like, man, I freaking want to make I want to get an audience. I want to make money off of this. And then that's where getting it print, I lost a couple $100, getting the book printed, but then, kickstarting it got me, 60, I think I got like 60 or 70 backers and hopefully then I might not even gotten that much guys, but I know I sent out like 25 books today. And then, hopefully then for volume 2, it will grow and grow as I market it. So maybe that's what you do is you maybe go, hey, like this book, it's my passion, but I need to get this printed. And then it becomes something you can sell. You can go to a convention or you can go to a comic book store and be like, hey, tell me about your comic. Oh, it's right here. Like, boom, bada bing, bada boom. I don't know. People in the chat, what do you think? Am I spewing nonsense? I mean,
no. I'm listening. And, the thing is, all of these decisions, I bounce off of Ryan. So I'll probably be forwarding this video to Ryan so he can just listen to the raw material we've been talking about here and get his 2 cents. Because I always talk with Ryan about this because I need another head to bounce off of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but just and the thing is though, like also is you do a lot. You do you do most of the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's when it comes. I guess for business, for like passion to making comics and business, I guess for me, where I draw the line is I'm cool with making a comic that no one will ever see except for me. I'm 100% fine with that. I've made plenty of comics where, you know, my eyes only. However, for me, if I want an audience, that's where I've got to kind of like take off like 20% of that passion and put some business into it. And the sucky thing is, you know, people like you and me, Peter, we're creative as, oh man, I was gonna say the F word. We're super creative.
Yeah, I'm not offended.
Yeah. We're super creative. You know, you and me, we're the kind of people that could freaking draw our passion projects for days. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, not get any sleep, and I'm sure there's a ton of people in the chat, you know, that can just draw for days. The suckiest part of indie comics is marketing it. It's the suckiest part of making comics. Everyone thinks, oh, making the comics the hardest part. No, man, that's the fun part. The hardest part is building that stupid audience.
Precisely.
Love that audience, by the way. Love my audience. I love all my readers. I love all my viewers. Thank you so much. But it is hard and it is a grind. That's actually, guys, why I'm thinking about making that new channel, Comedy Comic Book Reviews, because I want to freaking I don't know what this is, Mighty Geek Studios.
Is that for me or is that for Tyler?
It's a link. It doesn't work. So just to let everyone know, I have no idea what Amino is. It looks like an app.
Now I'm also looking at, you know, Oki here who says promote everything. That's
yeah.
Well, it also depends. I mean, nobody's going to listen to somebody who's constantly spewing out promotions on all of his stuff.
For sure. And that's why, you know, I'm thinking about starting this new YouTube channel, Comedy Comic Book Reviews. I mean, this channel, Drawn Talk, I love it with all my heart. You know, this is the place where, you know, we can have creators come on and we can have really good discussions about making comics. But it is such a small group that I feel like, you know, my growth is so small. Whereas I feel like if I do this new channel, I can review mainstream books and people might, you know, be interested into viewing those, and I can grow my audience a bit more, which is why I'm doing that. Which is why I'm going to upload the first video of this new video channel onto Drawn Talk tomorrow, and to get everyone's opinion on it. So yeah, it's just hard, you know, growing the audience. But to grow an audience though in 2018 and then going into 2019 is you have to play by the social media rules, which have been created by the social media gods. Whoever they are. And the sucky thing about that is they always win. You know, maybe start a YouTube channel, dude. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, yes, actually I have. And I was going to do it this month, but as I was telling you before we went live, it's such a busy month for me because of my job at work. And I even had it planned. I was going to do you know, some motivation on drawings. I actually wanted to do a couple of comic book reviews. So I got a whole bookshelf over there of comics that I'd like to review. A couple of toy reviews, maybe two, because I love toys. And I do intend to do that. But I have just been swamped with random hours this month.
And it's a whole nother thing. Like once you start a YouTube channel, it's a whole nother thing that you freaking have to do on top of your other responsibilities. I mean, you know, my wife's not here this week, so, you know, I can, you know, stream for freaking however long I want, or, you know, I can go on, jump on other people's streams. But typically though, my schedule is I wake up at 5 a.m., probably starting next week, going to start 4:30 a.m. And I draw until like 7. And then after that, I'm going to be driving to my job, which takes 40 minutes. Then I'm going to be working out for like 40 minutes. And then I have to work for like, you know, 8 hours of the day. And then coming home, I do YouTube. I have to pick, do I draw today or do I do YouTube? Typically I choose YouTube because that's my way of promoting myself and other people. And it's just so much like, and then it's like, I need to be doing this. It's just so hard to manage so many things.
Yeah, and the reason I didn't do it before is I just moved, and I was originally living in a room the size of a bathroom, and I didn't have any of my equipment with me, so I couldn't do it at the old house. I've got my equipment with me here, but I'm swamped by these hours at work, and then I've also got to do the regular comic work. So I'm probably going to try starting it in January when this Christmas season blows over.
That, and that's a good thing to start. I really think, building your following is a whole nother job. Luckily,
precisely, and I'm bad at it. I'm really bad. That's why I'm going around looking for help on all of this stuff.
What social media are you active on? Are you active on social media?
Well, I'm active on Facebook, but I also know I heard from a lot of people that Facebook is one of the worst places to be.
Absolutely worst.
And that's because they purposely limit your reaches because they want you to pay for their services. Mm-hmm. I got some help from Kevin, who has been on the show before.
Yeah.
He's been helping with Twitter. I actually was on Google Plus. I'm still on Google Plus, but I also know that Google Plus is going to die next year. They're just going to kill it. So I'm thinking of jumping over to Instagram now, since Google Plus is going to sink soon.
Instagram's hard, dude. Like, Instagram right now is a big money maker, and to get a following in 2019, it's doable. But man, will you be grinding for the next 5 to 6 years to get to where you want?
DeviantArt, and I don't want to risk, killing my DeviantArt audience here. DeviantArt's been doing okay in terms of audience, but it's a little bit of an uncomfortable place. I mean, if you guys turn the uncensored stuff on, you are going to see a lot of raunchy stuff on DeviantArt.
Well, and
it's also very derivatives. It's not really a place that originality can live. I've even seen a number of web creators who have huge followings elsewhere, and they're minuscule on DeviantArt.
The thing is, you're not going to find fans on Facebook. All the comic books that you and I are part of, they're just creators. We're spewing to an echo chamber. I have a book, and then 90 other people are like, yeah, me too. Who cares? DeviantArt. Hey, I'm an artist. Everyone there. Yeah, all of us are too. Who cares? To finding a fan base is something that you actually have to actively go out and Instagram is a great place. It is hard. You need to learn. You would have to learn how to work the Instagram system. There is a way to do it, but I'm talking about, it's not just posting. It's spending an hour or two before you post, figuring out how your post is going to reach as many people, and that can take anywhere up from an hour or two.
Yeah, and the other thing is another bad habit, which I'm trying myself to get out of, is I'm not a very talkative person. I mean, I even read a few articles on this about what artists say. I'm more about getting the product done. I don't usually take the time to sort of post the process. I don't usually try to say what's on my mind. That's not really who I am, and that's actually a pretty bad conservative way to be in this world nowadays, but that is kind of the opposite of what you want to do.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of people are, I mean, what about Twitter? Twitter has a huge comic book following. It's awesome. I only really started doing Twitter the last 6 months, and I mean, I posted. I'd never post. I keep posting art. The more art I post, the more likes I get. I mean, I had my Batman one and my Doctor Doom one to get almost 50 likes and a couple of retweets. And same with my Iron Man one. I've never gone that. It just goes back to the echo chamber. I don't follow people on my Twitter. They're not my friends. They're not my family. For the most part, they're typically people who are there. They follow me because they're like, oh, Tyler, a creator. Same with my YouTube. It's typically it's not my close friends or my family. It's just people who are in my comic book circle, whether they're fans of mine, whether they're readers, or whether they're creators. and also, people who, so that's something maybe to think about, which social media, Peter, and everyone else, do your fans follow you on, and do your family? Like, if I post a picture of me and my wife hugging on Instagram, I'm gonna get like 200 likes. If I post it, they're like, hey guys, I drew this Batman today, I'll get like 10 likes because no one gives a crap. None of my friends and family give a crap about my art on my Instagram. Now, I've been thinking about starting another Instagram, but the grind, dude, like the grind on social media these days, like it's people's full-time job doing this crap. It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, I would try maybe Twitter, start talking to people on Twitter. You have to actively like reply to them and crap.
Yeah, I've sort of been watching what Kevin's been doing, and he's been following people. He's been trying to do. He's been commenting, and he's been doing a lot of stuff. And Twitter took off last month. It's not super high, but it's much better than it was before. So maybe that's kind of the way to go.
What's your Twitter?
Oh, it's actually under my real name, Peter Ahola.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
I found it. Wrong one. It's like at Peter Ahola.
No, it's just Peter Ahola. Let me see here. Gosh. I'll just see what I can pull up here. I mean, most of my Twitter is done through my phone.
Yeah, dude, Twitter is a really, good place to be. Going on YouTube, great place to be. Going on following people on YouTube and getting into their live streams.
It's actually twitter.com GR Studios, but it does have my real name posted there.
All right, I found it. And then Kevin's been posting for you?
He's been posting, yeah. He's got the run of the place.
Gotcha.
A lot of the recent stuff, I wouldn't say Kevin's been posting, but he has been like following people. He made that nice little advertisement you'll see right there pinned to the top of the page. Nice.
Yeah, guys, it's doing everything that you can in order to, build a following, and you've got to engage. That's how you do it. You engage with everyone. Anytime someone comments, you comment back immediately, and that's hard. That is hard. Well, hey, this is what we can do. And everyone, we're talking about passion versus business. So if you don't, and so this is what I'm going to say. If you do not have anything to say about passion versus business, I will kick you. No hard feelings. I will kick you out of the video. And we can just have a discussion real quick for the next 10 minutes. Is that cool, Peter?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we're going to put everyone in. And everyone, remember, in the description down below is Kawa. It's on check it out on Webtoons, and also I'm going to update it. I'm going to update the description so that you can get it on Smack Jeeves. But I will put the link for the Smack Jeeves one more time into the chat. Britton, tell us your thoughts on
so you're Mr. Some Okie dude.
Yeah, I'm very talkative, I know.
Tell us what you think passion versus business, because you said that you'd have to disagree with me.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let me just back up a little bit. I mean, I might be a bit of a romantic because I'm still, 17 years old and I'm still relatively naive, but I mean, I don't think you should do it just for the business.
Oh yeah.
I think passion should play into it, but maybe I'm misreading here.
No, yeah. So what I was saying is that you definitely need to have the passion, but the moment that you want an audience, that's when you need to like chip away at some of the passion, lose like maybe 20, 30, 50% of that passion, and then you switch your brain into business mode.
All right. Well, give me a second. I have to get my medication. I'll be back.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're good. Go get your medication. What the heck?
Got anybody else?
I don't know, everyone. It's just us. Now I knew Britton was gonna click on it. Britton always clicks on it. Anyone, the link is in there if you want in. real quick. I gotta go get my medication. Oh my stars.
Yeah, who's coffee guy? He's cool.
Oh, Coffee's super cool. It's actually a she.
Oh, it's a
Coffee says, why can't you use both? No, Coffee, I absolutely think that you need to use both. I think, first off, you can't make comics unless you have passion at all. You cannot make comics without passion. You kill yourself. But if you want an audience, I think that, let's say you're having 100% passion, but then you want an audience, maybe it needs to be 70% passion, now 30% business. I don't know. What do you think about that, Peter?
No, I agree. There does have to be a business line in all of this. I mean, you can't just do everything for free and everything purely for passion. You do need, and the only way to get an audience is to market. That's pretty much it. So there does have to be a business rule in there.
Like every night, my 70% passion is when I'm drawing in the morning, and my 30% business is at night when I'm doing these live streams. It's while I'm at work engaging with people on social media. And then, it's on Monday, and it's on Monday mornings, I try to do a YouTube stream, or, I look at the latest trends and try to sell my stuff. That's it. Okay. So Britton, now that you've taken your medication, what were you going to say?
Well, what I was going to say is, I'm not going to put this without kind of trying not to sound pretentious.
You can sound pretentious.
Okay. I'm probably going to get hate and they say my comics suck, even though I've never written a comic. Although I am right now. I think passion is important with comics. But I can understand where you're coming from, saying that business is also important. Although it's really hard. It's hard keeping people interested in a product because, you're so in love with your ideas. You're like, my God, how come people aren't reading this? I wish more people would read it. And then, you just kind of have to grind a bit. That doesn't sound right, but
but here's the thing. You could have the greatest comic book idea, and you could make there's probably some person out there who is making right now the greatest comic book. It tops all comic books that we've ever read. And they're just doing it for fun. They're just doing it for passion. When if they maybe just got 10 to 20% some business-minded stuff, they could rake in cash. You guys know the story about the fidget spinner woman?
Oh,
there's the one. Remember? You guys remember fidget spinners?
Yeah, I have some actually in my car.
Peter, you know what fidget spinners are?
No.
Britton, do you have a fidget spinner? Britton, do you have a fidget spinner?
Yeah, I do. I have them in my car.
Wait. Is it those things that go?
Yeah.
You
just hold it. Yeah. So a woman created it. She made it just to help people. Passion. Someone else saw it, and then she forgot to patent it. Everyone else starts making it, and everyone else starts making millions of dollars except this woman because she did it for passion.
Oh, I bet she was hella pissed.
So, I really believe that if we as comic book creators, we could be making the greatest comic book that no one's ever heard of. So, that's we all got to think about business. We all need to think about Twitter. We all need to think about, social media. We need to create YouTube channels. We need to start posting content. We need to start bringing value to people's lives. That's how people are going to follow us. Pete Marquez says, no, I know the one about the boiled frog syndrome. So, yeah, I don't know.
About Cyber Frog, I mean.
That's a business. That was business, dude.
Yeah, okay. No,
that was straight business. You can't tell me that him making $500,000 was not business and all passion.
I probably wouldn't buy Cyber Frog because that just doesn't sound like something that would interest me.
But business though.
Mm-hmm.
Like him creating that comic is straight business. I mean, there is passion. Obviously, he has passion for his character, but he before he even worked on that book, he was marketing it for 3 months, 4 months, telling everyone, "Hey guys, in 4 months, I'm gonna be."
Both aspects are important. You know?
What?
I think both aspects are important. You know, the business side and the.
Yeah, but Brayton, what are your goals? If you were to make it, when you make a comic and it's finished, what is your goal?
Well, first, I'd at least like to pitch it to somebody, or
Why are you pitching it to someone? Why are you pitching it to someone?
Because I want this comic to work, and hey,
work what? Wait, work in what way?
It's successful and people buy it.
See, exactly. That's business. That's straight business. That's straight business. I mean, if you were just to make a comic and you said, well, "Why am I making this comic?" Oh, just because I want to. Then that's fine. But I want to pitch it. I want to get an audience. I want it to go well. That's straight business. I don't know, Peter. What do you think about that?
No, I'm listening to this. I'm listening to this, and again, I'm going to relay all of this to Ryan and see what he thinks on all of this.
Yeah, man. We got Pete. We got Jeff saying, pick just one social media to focus on. You don't want to be everywhere, but master of none.
Yeah, I do agree with that because I've gone to multiple social media and I can be invested in one, but then forget to update the other.
Oh, dude, I was a jack of all trades on the internet for a long time.
Can I say though, guys, that as a social media marketer, as much as I do agree with that because that is the easiest thing,
mm-hmm.
On the business side of it, you have to be on every social media platform, and it sucks. You gotta get this. So I try to, after I'm done with these episodes, I then download them and I take the audio and I throw them onto iTunes.
Oh.
It takes me an extra 20 minutes. It takes me an extra 30 minutes each episode. So I'm currently 50 episodes behind on my iTunes. It sucks. But get this, guys. I was getting 150 people listening every episode.
Damn, dude.
Random people, I have no idea. I have no idea how they found the Draw and Talk podcast, but they found it. And that's because I was on another social media platform, podcasts, and I was just throwing it up on there. And I'm actually regretting it. I just don't have I'm so far in the hole, 50 episodes behind on converting these things. It's going to take me a whole week just to sit down and convert all these episodes onto iTunes. But that's an audience right there that I could have hit. And so, being on social media, being able to, it's like a shotgun, pull the trigger, let it spread. Every business nowadays, if you're not on Instagram or Twitter, they say you will fail. If you don't have a YouTube on as your business, you will probably fail. And here's the thing. Let's say here's the thing. We kind of have this belief that social media, and now I'm just getting on a rant because this is what I do for a living. We have this belief that social media is infinite. What happens with those people who have millions of followers who make tons of money on Instagram? What happens when Instagram shuts down tomorrow?
They're dead. Wait, is it going to shut down, or are you
screeching on the streets?
But yeah, there's no more. Instagram just says, "Hey, we're not doing this anymore." And let's say they were only on Instagram. Mm-hmm. My friend Sarah, she makes money off of Instagram, and she's only on Instagram. And I tell her all the time, Sarah, listen, I know it's going to be a lot of extra. I mean, she has a blog as well, but I was saying, hey, listen, Instagram will die at some point. You need to get on something else.
Wait, Tyler, what are you doing now?
I'm doing the same thing. I'm social media marketing and content creating for a real estate company.
Oh.
So I make video content, photography content. I edit it all. I post it on various social media platforms. I format it to work on the various social media platforms. I do blog posts, and then I help their independent contractors with their social media.
Can I offer my advice real quick?
All right, I'm ready, Brandon.
All right, get into beef with famous people because that'll definitely get you on the radar.
It'll hit you on the radar for a little bit. Yeah, it'll make you 1 minute famous, which that could help. That could help.
Pull up your Twitter for like 2 days
a day
at most.
We got Pete Marquez saying, what about an actual website? I've heard no, but Jason Brubacher sells his coffee table comic books and merch from his website. Do you guys know who Jason Brubacher is?
Know who Ed Brubaker is, but
no. So everyone, everyone should check out Jason Brubacher's YouTube show, Coffee Table Comics. Just type in Jason Brubacher. Guys, I think he's an old relic. He is super successful, but he was super successful. He was one of the very first comic book people to get indie people to get their comic book to raise over 30,000 on Kickstarter. I think he was the first. I think when he was doing it, at the time that he was doing it, the most a graphic novel could get was like $3,000 to $5,000, and when he did his, he got $30,000. But his follow, he has a to answer your question for Coffee Table Comics, he has a steady stream of like 1,000 to 2,000 like diehard fans who will bleed Jason Brubacher. They will go to anywhere to get his stuff. And I think everyone should have a website. I have a personal website. It's called drawandtalkcomics.com. It's for my portfolio. You can see the latest episodes. You can see the comic books I'm working on, and you can buy my crap. But this YouTube and Twitter, this is where I'm engaging with the fans. Peter, do you have you were thinking about getting an actual website.
We have actual websites. I've started up both a website for Green Raptor Studios and Kawa on WordPress. Both of them are interlinked.
Okay, nice.
Let me see if I can actually find move aside, Joey.
If you find that website, put it in the chat, and I will.
The other thing is they're both connected. So if you get on one website, you are going to get on the other one. Because it has a section that says Kawa. In fact, I've got the Green Raptor site right here. I'm just going to...
We put in the chat?
Go away, iCloud. Why do you keep bothering me?
Yeah, put it in the chat. I want to read a comment real quick. It's Jeff Weber. If you are really good at social media, then yes, probably, do more. Be everywhere. Let me show that. But if it's hard for you to keep multiple places updated, picking one will make the task more doable. Absolutely. I will agree with that. I'm very lucky that my job is social media. So I'm on social media like 10, 12, 13 hours a day. I'm going to check out your website real quick.
That's mainly the illustration, but you can just click the Kawa webcomic and that'll take you right to the webcomic site, and the chapters have direct links to Smack Jeeves.
Okay. Yeah, I really think that people should have websites because, it's a good place to have your portfolio. When, people, you don't want to be like, hey, tell me about your comics. Yeah, just go to Instagram or Twitter. That's not a good portfolio place, but having a website where all your artwork is put in. I mean, do you have on your Green Raptors website, do you have a portfolio section?
I have a gallery section.
Okay, that's awesome. My next question, I guess, for you, Peter, and this is, hey, Brent, I'm going to bring it back to just Peter and I, so I'm going to kick you out. Is that cool?
Oh, I was about to be like, can I leave? Or
yeah, I'm going to eject you.
All right, I'm just going to
love you, Britton.
Yeah, I love you too, buddy.
All right. Here's my other question. Sorry if this is going a little too long. I just thought of this question I want to ask you. As a comic book creator, and you are very versatile. You aren't just a creator, a writer, an artist. You also have that art ability. Have you ever thought about doing work for hire?
I've tried, yes. I've got like commissions on my website. I just don't know where to look, really.
Okay. There's a bunch of there are like comic book groups that people like looking for writers. Would you ever drop Kawa in order to work on someone else's book?
Oh God, I really don't know. I mean, I've always made Kawa my priority, but I could probably push aside a few other projects, but that's always sort of been the big issue right there. I mean, I'm always driven on Kawa.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort of a big question for me.
Cause yeah, like I remember, like I was like, man, I'm not making money off of my personal projects, and so I started doing work for hire stuff, and that's where I make most of my comic book money, is working on other people's books.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always, and it's cause like what you said, the passion is always like so hard for my other books. Like I can just, for my personal books, like 3 a.m. I can grind on my personal books, but then depending on the other person's stuff, I'm just like, oh, do I really want to work on this? Like, do I really want to take this project, or do I want to work on my own thing, which I know is going to make me happy? Is that the dilemma you face, you think?
Oh, I know. That's definitely it. I mean, I know the feeling. I mean, I'm passionate about my own stuff, and that's what makes me happy. That's what drives me. I mean, when you give me somebody else's material, I'm sort of like,
I agree. I like that you said the word drive. I mean, I remember when I started the hardline, I started page 1 at like 9 p.m. and then I ended drawing page 4 at like 4 a.m. and I was like, that was great. You will never see me do that on a work for hire. I'll just be like, yeah, I'm gonna work on it and then get it finished, because that passion. And I mean, yeah, and here's the thing, dude, Kawa's your baby.
Kawa's my baby, and I'm gonna keep pushing it. I mean, even if I got nobody really looking at me, I want to tell the story, and I'm really confident how we're going to go. Now, I know we had a few snags at the beginning. We were learning, and the same goes with Amber. Amber's my baby too. I'm working on her too.
Would you think how many chapters do you think you have left in Kawa?
A lot. We're about to enter the main storyline after
the main story. The main storyline.
Yeah, we haven't even really gotten into the central antagonist group necessarily. We've sort of been doing build up to that.
So is each chapter a book? Is each chapter 20 pages?
Each chapter is about 26 pages.
Holy shit! You've done 16 chapters. So I'm just looking at the webtoons. 16. That is 3 graphic novels right there.
I know.
That you could be selling.
I know.
Maybe you should start selling those.
I know. And so I'm thinking about trying to see, because I know there are people who work professionally in layouts. And the other thing is, the first couple of pages, I was young, I was stupid. And especially since I'm also getting advised, make them regular comic book size.
What size are these? Like manga?
Yeah, they were originally designed to be manga size, and I'm getting some notes around saying go for a regular comic size, because not everybody's familiar with manga. The problem with that is they were all formatted differently, so they need to be recut, re-extended, redone. And I want to see if I could find somebody possibly who could work as a formatter to help do that and take a little bit of the tension off. Just a thought.
Well, I think you what program do you draw in?
Manga Studios.
Do you have the Pro, or do you have the basic?
I got the Pro.
Okay, so I have the Pro too. Maybe what you do is you it has that awesome like story mode where you can have show the full 20 pages.
Yeah, I use that every chapter.
Dude, can I just say that that was it was worth spending the extra money just to have that feature.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, when I got it initially, the funny thing is, I had the old version, and I saw that it was on PC, and I said, you know what, I think it's time for an upgrade. So I bought CS5, And then later I found I had another version on the Mac. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't regret it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an old program. It needed to be updated.
Maybe what you do is you just turn all these into JPEGs, and then you just, have your format, and then you just copy and paste them or import them, and then you just resize, like just stretch them out each page.
Well, I can do that, but the big thing, and Ryan's been telling me about this too. I have the Kablam template, but it leaves a lot of white space all around.
Maybe just have to stretch it a little more. Why Kablam, by the way? I've used Kablam, but why use Kablam?
I've gone to a number of places, and most people say Kablam is the best. They say it's the most affordable.
I would use Comics Wellspring. They will give you the best price.
Comic Wellspring.
Maybe not the best price, but like if you buy, they're cheaper than Kablam.
Okay, so I'm gonna just write that down.
I'll just type it. I'll just message it to you.
Okay.
It's just type in Comics Wellspring. You have to purchase a minimum of 25 copies.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, and this goes back to the Kickstarter idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do the math for you right now, and I just want to show you and everyone. And I'm going to do a video on this, but this is how you could price your product and make money. Paperback books. Okay. So let's say, so let's just say each book is like 26 pages. Is that cool? 26 times 5. And then let's just add an extra 2 pages, just for shits and giggles. Okay. 132 page book. Okay. 132 page book. Interiors are black and white, which is great. Okay.
Now the question is, when they mean black and white, they mean really black and white because
gray tone count. Gray tone count is black and white. Yeah,
but a number of places will charge you color even if the comic is in black and white, but they have to do it on colored paper. Like they have to use CMYK.
Gotcha. All right, add to freaking cart. Okay, they've changed their freaking website, so I don't like that. Hold on. All right, let me fill out these things, everyone, real quick. Calwa, and let me screen share this because I really want people to see this. Screen share. Boom. Start share. Okay. So this is Calwa, so I'm gonna make Calwa. This is the standard size, blah, blah, yes, that, blah, blah, blah. No, add new artwork. I'm providing a new file. My laptop is going freaking crazy. Nope. Let's just say.
Oh yeah, you're running a video program. Yeah, I'm trying to do this. It's like, oh God, help me, kill me, kill me.
All right. What the frick? Okay, and then the day. All right. Let's say you need it by February 1st, 2019. Add to cart. Okay, so for each book, it's going to be $5.57 per copy. Okay?
That's a little bit along the lines of what Kablam was.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, let's look at Kablam. And also, this is another thing though. Kablam shipping takes forever.
Oh.
These guys will ship this to you in 2 weeks, like on the dot. Okay, so let's do it at Kablam. 32 pages. Quantity, you want 25. It's going to cost you It's going to cost you $14 per copy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Comics Wellspring is going to cost you $5 per copy. Does that make sense? So at Kablam, you'll be spending $353 plus shipping. Comics Wellspring, you'll be spending $149 plus shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely use Comics Wellspring. And then this is your goal. You now know that to cover your printing price, you need to have a Kickstarter goal of at least more than $150. Okay.
Now the other question is, how could you get people to support your Kickstarter if they don't know you?
That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. But Sorry, it's getting kind of meta here. But, that's a whole other thing. But just at that price, knowing that you just need to get a goal of $150, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then let's say, your book is freaking, 133 pages. You could charge anywhere on Kickstarter from 20 to 40 bucks. And that's including the shipping. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then you do the math, and I'll do the math here. This is for everyone as well, whoever's paying attention. All right, let's say your book. Can you see the calculator? Yeah. No, you can't. Hold on, let me screen share like everything. Screen share. I just want the desktop. Screen share. All right, perfect. Where is my calculator? All right, here's the calculator, guys. All right. Let's say you sell the book for 30 bucks, okay? Mm-hmm. Kickstarter will take 5% of each book, and then PayPal will take another 10%, 5% of each book. So they'll take off 9%, okay? So boom, you're left with $27 once all those fees come in, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then take off $5 off shipping. Let's just say 5, okay? Mm-hmm. Then take off the price of copy for its book, $5.57. 5.57. You'll be making $16 per book.
Okay.
Now let's say you sell all 25 of those. Boom. You just spent $150 and
Mm-hmm.
and then you will have made $410 off of those.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait, that's not. Yeah. And you'll have made more, but that's how much you would make after Kickstarter and shipping and price per copy has been taken out.
Okay.
And that's also not including the fact that in Kickstarter, someone might be like, hey, I want you to draw me a picture and I'll give you an extra like 60, 70 bucks for that reward. If you give them some added stuff. Let's say your book is only. Here, let me show you. Let me show you real quick. Let me screen share once again. Desktop. Okay. Let's say. Okay, I'm on here. Let's say you give it out a digital version. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Digital version is let's say your digital version is $15. All right. Take off that Kickstarter and that PayPal fee. Oh, hold on. I did that math wrong. Frick. Okay, 15 times 0.9. Boom. So, and then you don't have to worry about shipping costs. So, and price per copy. So you just email them. That means you're going to make $13 off of your digital book. If you sold it for $15, you'll make $13 of that. Now, let's say you did that with 25 people. That's $337. So that's just the business side. Is that I really think that the Kickstarter and all this crap, you can if you do the math right and you really sell your book and you can create an audience, you can make money off of your books.
I see.
And this advice, by the way, I'm giving to everyone. Just make sure though that your price is reasonable. Otherwise, people aren't going to buy your book. Make sure that you price it correctly. You might have a 20-page book just because you want to make a lot of money. You say, oh, this book's $50. No one's going to buy it. But if you price everything right, and here's the thing, you only need 25 people. At 150. Okay, at $150. Okay, that's what you need at least to cover your printing costs. 100. Okay, and let's say you do. That you only need 5 people to back your book. No. You only need like 10 people to back your book. And you'll have made a profit.
Okay, I'll consider all of this.
So yeah, just think about that. We got John Dillard gaming the system. I'm liking this seminar.
Yeah.
What up, John? You and I gotta do a draw battle one of these times. I'd love to chat with you though, dude. Seriously, I love watching your show. I watch it at work. I don't get in the comments, but I do watch it. You're a freaking good artist. Hoven Crow Media, I'm learning a lot. Guys, I wasn't really planning on like getting into the math of pricing a Kickstarter book, but
you did, and now you just attracted a storm.
But people don't realize that. Like that there is like you can make money off Kickstarter. You can make money off of your book if you do everything the right way business-wise. I really think, Peter, that you could do that. You could, I mean, if you just sold a digital PDF of your book for $10 on Kickstarter, you would make $9 a book.
Well, we are at the end of 2018, and I did sort of say, as an early New Year's or as resolution, I wanted to get more serious on this. I mean, we've spent 4 years setting this up, and I really want to get more serious and try to push this a bit more.
Dude, it's time to start making the dough.
It's time to start making the dough.
And here's the thing is you have we have Hoven Crow Media. I'll be Peter's first confirmed buyer if he needs one.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, dude. You have something that a lot of creators don't have.
And that is
content. You actually have finished product that you can literally, like I said, you have 3 to 4 graphic novels that you could freaking like poop out of your butt right now. With Demons, people are asking Tyler, how are you able to do a Demons Kickstarter in October and then one in February and then one in May? And I'm like, it's because I've been sitting on this thing for 3 years. It's now time for me to get serious and poop it out. And that's the thing, dude.
Words.
But like, dude, I was working on Demons for 3 years, not thinking about the business, all passion.
And that's what we've done with Kawa here. That's probably what Amber's going through too. And there's other comic ideas I want. I want to do Reptilina as soon as I can find a colorist. If the person on Facebook hears this, you are still
But yeah, like seriously, like I was thinking the same thing as you, dude. Like, this is a passion thing. I'm having so much fun. And then I was like, dude, I'd really like it if people were to read it. I really believe in the story business side. And I was like, dude, I gotta do. And I did all this math, and I was like, dude, I think I can make money off of this. So yeah, that.
Yes to the dinosaur comment.
Oh my stars! Everyone, don't forget to like don't forget to like the video, peeps. And also Kawa, link in the description down below. Check out Peter's book. Guys,
you can also find a link to Amber on Smack Jeeves. Still kind of fresh off the press, but she's going up.
Exactly. And everyone, I'm also going to put Peter's Twitter handle on there. Follow him. Jeff Weber. That's what I did with The Scientist. I just cranked on the R for years with no thought to building an audience. Guys, we're comic creators. We could do art for days and not give a crap. 15 Pete Marquez, $15 for the digital version is the highest I've ever heard of. I've seen 5s and 10s. I wish I had known, and then Jeff, I wish I had known then what I know now about audience back then. Pete, I agree. I charged $15 for my digital book. The next time I do that, I'm going to be for the Indiegogo, I'm going to be charging it down. That for me was actually one of the biggest mistakes I think I made, was charging my digital book at 15. I should have done it at either 10 or 12. But I did give out like 160 pages worth of comic books. Carl's Amateur Hour. I understand waiting for years thinking about producing a specific project. I have one that I'm still thinking about that I've had in my head since my teens. And that's the second thing about making comics. You can only work on so many comics. Well, you can only work on so many ideas.
Yeah, and see, that's why, Amber's a one-shot, which has no schedule. Once we do Amber, there's going to be Reptilina, which is going to be like a mini-series, and Kawa's the ongoing one.
Gotcha. And that's, that is smart. That I think that what you did is that that you're doing Amber as a one-shot. That's super smart.
50-page one-shot, but a one-shot.
Hey, that's still good. And dude, you could sell that.
That's what I intend to do. And, I've been told, you just worked on Kawa all these years. Well, okay. And these other characters, Amber, Reptiline, the Magical Ninja Girls, they've all been on my Deviant Art. They've all been artwork with backstories, but never an actual comic. So I now want to make those comics. I want to make those a reality. That's what I'm out for. I mean, this is Green Raptor Studios. That's the brand, not Kawa.
For sure. Well, yeah, dude, everyone, check out Peter's book. It's on Smack Jeeves. It's on Webtoons. On Smack Jeeves, you'll get links to Amber. I wasn't planning on going through that Kickstarter math and using that calculator, but I hope you guys.
No, it was very useful. It's very useful. Again, I've said this 4 times in this video. All of this is my journey. I'm right up there with Tyler. We're both on our own little boats going down the stream here, learning new things. We left the Eskimo village, and now we're going upstream. Forgive my crazy sayings.
Hell yeah, dude. And you know what, guys? I think next week I will do a video about pricing your Kickstarter and how to make money off of it. Specifically graphic novels. I have no understanding of doing single issues. I really think you can make good money if you produce a graphic novel. Like, don't get me wrong. To counter that a little bit, I'm sorry, we're all running a little long here, and I gotta get back to work. So, I actually just moved to Arizona here, and we have a shop just down the road who's willing to sell the issues. And my co-writer Ryan is at Full Sail. He's just about to graduate on Friday, and he has said that if you go to a comic shop, you might want to sell individual comics. If you go to a convention, graphic novels. I agree. One thing that's actually really good, and I've gotten a couple people locally from doing this, and I bit the cost. This is a long game thing to do. Is I got 20 to 30 issues of my Demons #1, and I went to my comic book store and I said, "Hey, put these into people's holds for free." Okay, so then I do that, and then 30 people now have Demons #1. I then got 5 people from that to buy issues 2, 3, and 4, and then I think I have one person that I know of, and I only know this because I was at a store thing last month, and then this guy, the store owner, goes, "Hey Tyler, so and so's coming. You have to stay." And I'm like, "Who's so and so? I don't know this person." And this guy comes in, and he has all 11 issues of Demons. He's like, "I've been buying these online ever since your book was in my hold." And so that guy bought all 10 issues on his own accord. So maybe that's something you could think about, is printing off the first chapter and then putting it into people's holds, and then maybe people will be like, "Hey, what is this Kawa thing?" And then you go, "Hey, listen," and then in that comic book, there's a little advertisement saying, "Did you like this? Well, next month we're going on Kickstarter for the full series." And people are like, "Okay, well, I like that. I'll be there next month for the Kickstarter." Let's end this real quick. I'm going to read the comments. Jeff Weber, Kickstarter is about launches. Single issue gives you more launches, more bites at the apple. That's very true. Jeff Weber also says each launch is a new event to rally your audience. Absolutely. I do agree with that. Maybe Jeff, you and me will have to have a discussion about that. Maybe we can do an episode about that, because I have this belief in creator Kickstarter fatigue. Maybe we could talk about that. I'll hit you up. Everyone, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like this video. That'd mean a lot to me. Thanks everyone who's been in the chat. Stick around tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow I'm doing a new video. You guys have never seen me do a video like this. It's really it's a super weird kind of video. I'm going to be reviewing Die #1, but it's going to be more entertaining than a review. And I'd love to get your guys' impressions on it. Please comment on that video, because if it does take well, I think I'm going to start a whole new YouTube channel on comedy comic book reviews. That's what it's going to be called. So please, guys, watch that video tomorrow. Thursday, we have the creator hangout. And then on Friday, I'm going to have a video that's called The 3 Things I Learned from My Very First Kickstarter. Peter, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Everyone, if you need to know where to find Peter, I've put up his link 1,000 times in the chat. I've put on his Kawa comic link 1,000,000 times. It's in the description. Now is the time. And then next week, guys, I will make sure that I make a video talking about how you can make money on Kickstarter with your graphic novel. John Diller Gaming the System. What you doing Friday, Saturday? I can hang out then. Good stuff, bro. John, let's connect on Twitter. I'll talk with you. I'm typically normally busy on Fridays and Saturdays. I like to spend that time with my wife since I spend most of the weekdays making comics and doing the YouTube streams. But let's connect, dude. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Like and subscribe, and we will see you on another episode. Peter, thanks so much for being on.
Thanks for having me.